Hey guys, so how does a woman of God let go of old trauma and past mistakes? How does a woman of God let go of old trauma and past mistakes? Let's talk about it. Okay, so there's going to be 4 points in this video. So the first one is I decided that what I went through was going to make me a better person. I decided what I went through was going to make me a better person. So I notice a lot of people who've been through trauma, there's 2 things I've noticed. Sometimes they don't really recover from it. And another thing is sometimes they become abusive themselves. So that's why I decided that I was going to become a better person as a result of this. The person that I went through that stuff with was very committed to having a negative mindset. And so I just decided that I was going to be the complete opposite of who he was, like in every single way. So I was going to believe in God. I was going to think positive. I was going to do good things. I just made the commitment to be a better person. Okay, so number 2, I decided that I was going to accept the new identity in Jesus Christ that the Bible offered me. I decided I was going to accept the new identity in Jesus Christ that the Bible offered to me. And so you may be wondering, well, how did you do that? Well, I did it a number of ways, and I did a lot of things, but to make it very brief, I decided that Jesus was a messenger. And because he was a messenger, I was going to check out his messages. I was going to check out his teachings. So before, when I would read the Bible, I would just read it like just reading it to get my reading done for the day. But what I started to do now was really pay attention to the parables of Jesus Christ and the messages, and just claim that I was becoming new through the teachings of Jesus Christ. I just decided, and I claimed it. And so it was done because of that. All right. Okay, and number 3. So, just give me 1 second. Okay, so we're on to number 3, how I let go of old trauma and past mistakes. Okay, I think you're gonna like this one because it's pretty easy. So many years ago, I came across a book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. I could be not saying it correctly, but I think that's what it was called. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. And also the author name, I may be getting this incorrect, but it's something like Chad Helmstetter, sorry. The sounds of children is always, welcome, because it's life, right? It's life. They're still having fun though, guys. Okay, so it might be Chad Helmstetter. So look that up. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, Chad Helmstetter. So what this book talks about is it basically kind of says how you talk to yourself is I don't remember what it says, okay? To be honest with you. But I just decided that I was going to give myself positive self messages. So I was going to speak to myself in a way that was healing to me, that was uplifting to me, and I was going to speak to myself in a way that allowed me to be my own best friend, my own cheerleader. So and that book was the start of me doing this, was the start of me experimenting with that. So you might want to check out that book. All right. And moving on to number 4. You may find this interesting. We are on number 4 now. You may find this interesting. Okay, so we're talking about healing from trauma and past mistakes, right? One of the things that I decided to do, I may have to pause this for a second. One of the things that I decided to do was to become holy gods. I wanted to belong wholly to God and not of the world and not of people. Okay, so I decided that I was going to become holy gods. And the reason why I made this decision is because, in 2024, in 2025, I did some deep studying of the Bible. And one of the things that I realized was that this is a big deal. What I'm about to say is a big deal because I will be sharing a lot more of this, and I have done more work because of what I discovered. The world lies to us, people. Okay? The world lies to us. It tells us that if we do this and we do X and Y and Z, then we're going to feel X, Y, and Z. And it's not true. It's not true. It happens for some people. It may have happened before a lot more than today. But no, the world is lying. And with that, I also discovered another thing that may be a big deal. It was a very big deal to me, is that the Bible tells us the truth. I think there's someone staring at me, so if I'm stiffening up, that's the reason why. Anywho, the Bible tells us the truth. So because of that, I now understand why the school system will not encourage you to read the Bible. Okay, it won't. And, you know, all these dating apps that we use or anything else, they will not encourage you to read the Bible, because through the Bible, you may actually discover who you are, and you may actually love yourself. And I think you could read between the lines. So, you know, this is how I came to heal myself from trauma and past mistakes. It was discovering my own truth in the pages of the Bible. Now, like I said, this is not something that you're going to skim and find. It is when you do a deep dive. Now, something else I believe, okay, I'm getting off topic, but let me just make this a new chapter. So just think of this as like some footnotes I'm going into right now. So let's enter the footnotes. So the truth of the matter is this. A lot of people have said this in the past, and I didn't really take it seriously, but you will pretty much get out of the Bible what you decide you're going to get out of it, or you will pretty much find what you decide that you are looking for. And when I started reading it in this way, I wanted the truth. I wanted the truth because I had already decided that God was the truth. So I thought, God, if you're the truth, then the truth of what you want us to know must be in these pages. And yes, it was. I'm sorry, my hair's so annoying. Like, just one part is that color, and it's like, and yes, it was. So as I was trying to say before, your truth is in the Bible. And if you'd like to discover it, it's going to take you having that awareness about it before you actually start reading it, so that you can be open to that and absorb it. And you will. So thank you so much for stopping by. And if you enjoyed this, you know 100% what you should do. If you like this type of thing, you can go ahead and subscribe and learn more and leave me a comment. And I love all of your questions. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.